Thanks for coming. We are here to update you all on the homicide that occurred Friday on Kenmore Street. I have Chief Mark Rankins with us, and we also have Commander John Resch with our Criminal Investigations Division. He'll make some statements and then take some questions, but I want you to be mindful that this is still an active investigation, so we're limited on really how much detail we can provide. Mark.
It's difficult to understand why these things happen. Our hearts go out to the friends and the families who have lost these innocent children in such a horrific manner. The thought of these helpless, innocent children struggling for their lives is just simply gut-wrenching. As a father of two myself, it's unimaginable. We have a professional team of investigators who are diligently seeking the truth and facts surrounding this case. We will conduct a thorough investigation and work hand in hand with our State Attorney's Office to ensure that justice is served for these children. We want to update you on the latest in the investigation, but at the same time, we need you to be mindful that we are limited in the amount of information we can release. This is in order to protect the integrity of the investigation. What we can tell you at this point is the following. 5-month-old Christopher Swiss died last night at around 7:30 p.m., and a preliminary finding indicates that the cause of death is strangulation. Autopsies on the other two children were conducted on Sunday, and the preliminary findings indicate that 7-year-old Lacey McCarty was killed by drowning and strangulation. 6-year-old Philip McCarty was killed by strangulation. Jessica McCarty, the mother, is being held without bond at the Brevard County Detention Center, and we are working with the State Attorney's Office in pursuit of 3 counts of first-degree premeditated murder. A grand jury is tentatively scheduled for April 8th. Our Victim Services Unit is assisting the family of the children, to include the father, Christopher Swiss, and his immediate family, as well as the grandparents of Lacey and Philip McCarty, who are all traumatized by what has occurred. And at this time, I will answer just a few questions.
What do you have for a motive?
I don't want to go into the details right now, but we do have leads on motives.
Can you talk about the leads?
No.
In the arrest affidavit, it says that a note was found from the mother. Can you talk about that?
There was a note, but I'm not going to go into the content.
Is that a suicide note? Would you characterize it as?
It was a note in regard to this case, and that's as far as I'll go with it.
Chief, can you say, I know you can't say exactly what you said, but has she talked to you, the suspect? Has she made any statements to you all at all since you detained her?
My understanding is she made some utterances, but did not speak with us at any great length.
Is there any history of her making any threats, any indication that something like this could have happened? I don't know if she has any history of mental illness or even making threats like this before.
Yeah, there is indication that there were some mental health issues in her past, but I'm not going to go into any detail about that.
Sir, I don't know if this is your department, but I mean, she had an arrest in connection with prescription pills and mental health issues. Should she have had these children? Or should she have been in charge of them?
There's nothing indicative at this point that would have led us to believe that she was going to do what she is accused of doing, as far as I know at this point.
In this police report, it outlines what the officers found as they went through the home. This is not a case that officers encounter on a daily basis, let alone a monthly basis. How are the officers?
The officers are doing well, considering the circumstances. You know, we do have mechanisms in place to ensure that their mental well-being is taken care for, or is taken care of.
Have they discussed with you about
we had a debriefing at the night of the incident, and we offered services to all our officers who are involved in these type of cases.
So they said they were impacted by this.
Sure.
And was the father of the baby, Christopher Swiss, was he living with the family in the home?
I do not know the answer to that question.
Do we know if by chance she, she was a new little baby, could have been suffering from postpartum depression?
I'm not going to comment on that because I'm just not sure.
It sounds as though she called the father of the infant to the house. Can you tell us about that? It sounds like she either sent a text, phone call, something that brought him to the house that night.
Yeah, the information that we have at this point is that he was made aware of it, and he essentially rushed to the house based on the information he received. And when we arrived on scene, he was there, and we have spoken with him.
What was the status of their relationship? There were some reports that there was a breakdown in their relationship.
Indications are that there was some issues with their relationship, but again, I'm not going to go into too much detail there.
Keep all 3 children are his, is that the case, or not?
This is Commander John Resch, and I'm going to let him answer that question.
No, the father that was on scene was the father of the 5-month-old. There's another father of both the other 2, the 6 and 7-year-old.
And where is he?
He's here local, and we've been in contact with him.
Can either one of you speak to the way this has impacted the community? We were by the house and people just keep, people keep dropping little mementos off to the little memorial, and they said this is a tight-knit community and it's just got to break not just the immediate family hearts, but
Yeah, it's been very impactful to the community. We know that via social media. And there is one more thing that I wanted to mention before this is over. There was going to be a vigil tonight at the house. We were contacted by the person who essentially set this up. And we're working with her in regard to the amount of people that want to go. And the vigil has been moved to a church. It's called Palm Bay Christian Church, and it's going to be at 344 Emerson Drive Northwest. That's where the vigil will take place tonight. So everybody that's going to the vigil, please go there. Kenmore Street is just not equipped to handle the amount of people and traffic that we're expecting to attend the vigil.
But again, sir, the way this has impacted the community and your department, your thoughts?
It's, I've been here for almost 26 years now, and nothing to this gravity, this magnitude has ever happened in my career. So it is very rare. But despite that, I'm very, very proud of the way that our men and women responded. As emotional as it is, they remain professional, they remain poised, and they did an outstanding job the night of, and they continue to do that now, investigating the case and following up on all the things we have to do.
Have you heard the 911 call?
I've heard pieces of it. I have not heard the entire.
Can you describe it from your vantage point?
Well, I'm not going to go into too much detail with the call, other than the woman said that she was armed with a knife. The woman said that she had cut herself, and the woman indicated on the phone that she had killed her 3 children.
How did she sound?
I'm not going to go and speculate.
Chief, could you just go into the timeline of the events when the first officers arrived on scene? Did they confront her, take her into custody, and then go inside, and where they rendered aid to the children?
When they arrived on scene, they met her at the front door. She was holding a knife. There was only a couple of commands for her to drop the knife. She did not. We took immediate action, knowing that we had to get into that house based on the information we had. She was taken into custody very quickly, and we immediately went into the house, and they immediately began CPR and first aid on the children.
So did they go up to the door with the non-lethal beanbag?
Yes, based on the information we received, she was armed, so we went up there prepared for that. I'll take one more question.
Which of the children, have you guys figured out the timeline in terms of which child was killed first, or is that still?
That's still pending investigation. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Chief.